Archangel Michael wept over what he saw heading your way. A blessing you've been waiting for is about to be destroyed if you don't step in immediately. The heavens have released a vision, and in that vision, Archangel Michael was seen weeping. His tears were not of weakness, nor of defeat, but of divine warning. He saw something moving toward you, not a random occurrence, not a mere inconvenience, but a spiritual threat sent to unravel what heaven has already assigned to your life. This is not a casual message. This is not a light word. This is a heavenly interruption, breaking into your routine, shaking your spirit, pulling you out of ordinary thought into extraordinary awareness. Right now, in this very season, there is a blessing hovering, waiting, pressing against the veil of the unseen to break into your reality. It has been long waited, prayed for, fought for. Heaven has authorized its release, but there is a hand moving in the shadows, a scheme in the works, designed to cut it off before it reaches you. That is why Michael's tears flowed, because heaven sees the threat before you can. This message is not for everyone. It will not land with every ear, for not every ear is tuned to the weight of heaven's sound. This word is for the one whose spirit has been restless, for the one who has felt the pressure without explanation, for the one who wakes in the night sensing something is shifting, but cannot name it. If your heart is trembling even as these words come forth, it is because your spirit recognizes its call. You are the one heaven is addressing. But hear this truth, the blessing is not lost yet. It is not destroyed yet. There is still a way to guard it, still a way to shield what belongs to you. The key is silence, stillness, and obedience. Heaven is not asking for frantic movement, but for surrendered posture. Michael's vision carries a condition. Only through your obedience can the blessing pass through untouched. Type "I am anointed" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1122 is now activated. Archangel Michael has seen what others cannot see. He has looked beyond the veil of the natural, into the hidden corridors of the unseen, and his eyes fell upon something moving against you. He wept because he knew the weight of what was coming. His tears were not a sign of fear, but a sign of urgency, an alarm bell from heaven that time is running short. This is not a word to be set aside for later. This is not a message to be stored away until it feels convenient. This is a divine interruption, piercing through your day, commanding you to stop and listen. Within the next 72 hours, there will be signs. They may come quietly, almost unnoticed by the untrained eye, or they may shake you in ways you cannot ignore. The signs will reveal that the threat Michael saw is drawing near. A conversation may shift. A face may reveal its hidden expression. A door that should have opened may suddenly close without explanation. These are not accidents. These are signals. They are confirmations that this message is not empty but divine, that heaven is warning you so you can act with wisdom before the blessing slips away. And yet, not everyone will hear this. Not everyone will feel the stirring. For this message is not sent to the curious, but to the chosen. You are not here by accident. You are not listening by chance. This message sought you out because your destiny demanded it. Heaven does not waste its warnings, and Michael does not weep without cause. If you are here, it is because you are standing on the edge of something monumental, a blessing long awaited, a breakthrough long delayed, a season you have prayed and fought for. And now, heaven interrupts to tell you, guard it. Protect it. Do not let it be destroyed. You have felt the restlessness. You have felt the strange pressure pressing on your chest without reason. You have noticed shifts in the atmosphere, words spoken that seemed to carry hidden meanings, moments that unsettled you. That unease was not in vain. That tension was not empty. It was your spirit sensing what your natural eyes could not yet see. It was heaven whispering to you in fragments, and now the full message has arrived through this prophetic warning. Do not ignore what you are feeling right now. That quickening in your spirit, that rising of your heart, that tingling of awareness. It is heaven's confirmation that these words are not for the masses, but for you. You are being drawn out, separated from the noise, singled out by heaven's hand. Archangel Michael has come as a messenger, not to frighten you, but to prepare you, not to crush you, but to empower you. His tears are not hopelessness, but a holy call. Wake up. The hour is here. Protect what is yours. In this moment, heaven is watching your response. Will you dismiss this as coincidence, or will you receive it as the confirmation your spirit has been waiting for? Will you walk past it casually, or will you pause and let the gravity of it sink into your soul? The choice is yours, but the blessing at risk demands that you choose wisely. For in the unseen, the battle is already raging, and your obedience is the deciding weapon. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 777 is now released over you. There is a stirring around you, and it is no accident. You have noticed eyes watching when you thought no one was paying attention. You have heard whispers that seemed to vanish when you entered the room. You have felt the shift in people's tones, the sudden hesitation in conversations, the strange and uneasy silence that fills the atmosphere when your name is mentioned. These are not coincidences. These are spiritual signals that something is moving in the unseen. Archangel Michael wept because he saw that those close to you, and even those at a distance, have sensed that a blessing is drawing near to your life. But what they do not know is the full measure of what heaven is about to release. There are people who cannot see the blueprint of heaven, but they can feel the tremors of its movement. They may not know the details of what God is birthing in you, but they can sense that something is shifting. This is why their behavior has changed. This is why some who once supported you now pull away with coldness. This is why some who once walked with you now carry double faces, speaking one way to your presence and another way in your absence. The mystery of your destiny has unsettled them. The fragrance of your breakthrough has exposed the weakness of their loyalty. And here is where the danger lies. Something precious is in danger of slipping away. Not because heaven has withdrawn it, but because those who do not understand it seek to tamper with it. The whispers you have overheard, the strange delays you have experienced, the sudden resistance you could not explain, all of this is confirmation that the blessing is near, but also under threat. Michael wept because he saw the confusion swirling around you like a cloud, and he knew that if you were not careful, if you did not guard yourself with silence and obedience, the blessing could be stolen before it fully manifests. This is why you have felt restless without cause. This is why you have awakened in the night with a weight pressing on your chest, a weight you could not name. This is why you feel the tension, the sudden energy shifts, the strange behavior in people you thought you knew. Heaven is pulling back the curtain, revealing to you that what you are sensing is not paranoia. It is prophecy. Your spirit has already recognized what your mind could not yet process. There is movement in the unseen, and it seeks to derail what God has promised. But hear this truth: though they whisper, though they plot, though they shift and turn, they cannot control what heaven has decreed. Their restlessness is proof of your rising. Their whispers are evidence of your breakthrough. Their watching eyes are confirmation that the blessing is so close that even the enemy can feel its nearness. Do not fear what they do. Fear only missing heaven's instruction to remain silent, obedient, and still. For silence is your weapon, and obedience is your shield. Type "I am guarded" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1414 is surrounding you now. Beloved, if this message has pierced your spirit, then know this: you are not just listening to words. You are part of a mission that is saving souls, breaking chains, and delivering heaven's warnings to those who need them most. Every time you sow into this mission, through super thanks, through YouTube membership, or through a direct seed via PayPal in the description, you are helping to carry the oil of heaven to countless others. Just as a seed falls into the ground and produces a harvest, your giving becomes a river that flows into hearts across the nations. The Lord is saying, I will multiply the seed you release, and I will pour it back into your life, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. I feel led to declare, your giving is not a donation. It is a prophetic act that unlocks favor. Do not hesitate, for the heavens are moving swiftly. Step into obedience, and heaven will honor your sacrifice. So now, and let your name be written among the faithful givers whom God is raising in this hour. You must understand this truth: the conflict surrounding you is not random. The pressure you feel, the opposition you encounter, the sudden resistance rising against you, it is not because you are weak. It is because you are chosen. Archangel Michael wept, not to discourage you, but to awaken you to the reality that what you face is spiritual warfare. You are not under attack because you have nothing to offer. You are under attack because heaven has marked you as one who carries something great. The enemy does not fight empty vessels. The enemy only wages war against those carrying treasures. And you, beloved, are carrying a blessing so weighty that the atmosphere itself is trembling. What you have endured was never about small things. Every delay, every betrayal, every strange shift in relationships, every sudden disappointment, all of it has been part of a larger scheme. But hear me clearly, you are not powerless. You are not abandoned. The very fact that heaven sent Michael's warning is proof that you are not standing alone. Heaven is engaged. Angels are dispatched. The throne is watching. The Spirit of the Lord is hovering over your situation, and every tear you have shed has been collected as evidence in the courts of heaven. The battle has been framed in the Spirit, and it is here that your greatest weapons will be revealed. You will not win this battle with arguments, with retaliation, or with human strategies. You will win through silence, through stillness, and through obedience. These are not passive postures, they are weapons in the unseen. When you choose silence, you remove the enemy's fuel. When you choose stillness, you give heaven room to move. When you choose obedience, you align yourself with the divine order that crushes every plan of darkness. Do not think for a moment that heaven is unaware of the injustice, the betrayal, the hidden words spoken against you. Do not think that God has turned a blind eye to the schemes that rise against your blessing. Every act of malice has been recorded. Every false tongue has been weighed. Every attempt to block what belongs to you has been brought before the throne. And heaven is not silent. Heaven is watching how you respond. Heaven is measuring your heart. Heaven is testing your obedience. This is why the pressure has increased. This is why the opposition feels stronger now than before. The closer the blessing comes, the louder the warfare grows. But let this be your confidence: opposition is the greatest confirmation of your calling. You are not being attacked because you are forgot you. You are being attacked because you are chosen. The scale of the battle is the scale of the blessing. The weight of the conflict reveals the weight of your destiny. And though Michael wept at the sight of the threat, he also stood ready, sword in hand, to shield the obedient. Do not retreat. Do not be shaken. Do not let fear silence your faith. You are not fighting for victory. You are fighting from victory. The cross already secured your triumph. The angels already surround you. The Lord already decreed your outcome. Your part is to hold your posture, to guard your spirit, and to let heaven fight for you. Type "I am protected" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 2299 is now covering you. Hear me clearly. Someone is preparing to block what is coming to you. Even now, plans are being set in motion. Conversations are being held in secret. Strategies are being woven together like a web designed to entangle you. This is why Archangel Michael wept, because heaven could see the snare forming long before it reached your feet. The tears he shed were not tears of weakness, but tears of compassion, warning you that if you do not step into obedience, if you do not guard what has been promised, the very blessing you have prayed for could be intercepted. Within 72 hours, a confrontation will rise. It may not always come in a loud and obvious way. Sometimes it will appear subtle, like a sudden shift in someone's tone or a strange silence from someone who once spoke freely. Other times it will come in a loud clash, a sudden argument, an unexpected delay, a door that slams shut right when you were about to step through it. These are not coincidences. These are not accidents. These are signs that the spiritual battle has touched the natural realm. The resistance you are about to face is not random. It is targeted. It is designed to shake your confidence, to push you into reacting in the flesh, to lure you into making a move outside of heaven's timing. If you fall into that trap, the enemy knows the blessing can be delayed or diverted. But if you remain alert, if you recognize the signs, if you refuse to be pulled into the snare, then heaven will preserve what belongs to you and deliver it safely into your hands. Pay attention in these next days. Pay attention to the tension. Pay attention to the sudden friction. Pay attention to the resistance that seems to rise from nowhere. Do not panic when it comes, for its arrival is proof that the blessing is close. The enemy does not fight when nothing is at stake. The enemy only intensifies the pressure when heaven is on the verge of releasing something monumental. And what is coming toward you is greater than you have imagined. Do not allow fear to dictate your response. Do not allow confusion to cloud your discernment. Instead, hold your ground in silence, in stillness, in obedience. The one who tries to block you does not realize that by resisting you, they are resisting the hand of God. What they seek to stop, they will only accelerate. What they try to withhold, heaven will multiply. What they attempt to close, heaven will open tenfold. Their actions will not derail you, but they can delay you, unless you respond with wisdom. Michael wept because he knew the weight of the opposition, but he also stands ready to fight alongside you. He does not weep without action. He does not mourn without movement. His sword is drawn, his angels are positioned, and heaven's armies stand guard. Your part is not to fight in the flesh, but to stay aligned in the spirit. If you hold your position, if you resist the urge to react, then no weapon formed against you will prosper. The battle is already decided in your favor, but you must endure the testing moment that is about to appear. Type "I am alert" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 3333 is now shielding your steps. Now that the warning has been given, heaven does not leave you without strategy. Archangel Michael's tears were not only a revelation of danger, they were also an invitation to divine protection. This is the hour when silence becomes your shield, when stillness becomes your fortress, when obedience becomes your weapon. The natural instinct of man is to fight with words, to defend with arguments, to respond to pressure with reaction. But the Spirit of God is commanding a different posture for you. Do not fight this battle with human strength. Withdraw into the covering of prayer. Stand still and let the armies of heaven contend on your behalf. Be still, for your silence is not weakness, but power. Be silent, for your silence confuses the enemy and breaks their rhythm. They are waiting for your reaction, longing for your outburst, anticipating your move in the flesh. But when you refuse to speak, when you refuse to retaliate, when you choose instead to wait upon the Lord, you frustrate their schemes and disarm their weapons. Silence is not surrender. Silence is alignment. Silence tells heaven, I trust you more than I trust my own voice. I trust your sword more than I trust my own strength. In this season, your ears must be sharper than your tongue. Do not let your words scatter the blessing. Guard your mouth, guard your thoughts, and guard your responses. For heaven is watching your obedience, and obedience is the key that unlocks angelic covering. As you hold your peace, Archangel Michael holds his position. As you stay still, angelic ranks surround your steps. As you obey, the shield of the Most High rests upon you. Do not think that silence means passivity. While you are silent in the natural, heaven is thundering in the spirit. While you are still before men, angels are moving with speed in unseen realms. While you withdraw from the noise, the voice of the Lord grows louder over your situation. In stillness, the divine exchange takes place. What you cannot control with words, heaven controls with power. What you cannot shift with argument, heaven shifts with authority. This is your protective command. Withdraw, listen, watch, and obey. Do not rush. Do not panic. Do not let fear provoke you into premature action. Wait upon the Lord, and He will renew your strength. The waiting is not empty, it is filled with divine movement. The silence is not barren, it is overflowing with angelic defense. You are not standing idle, you are standing under the shield of the Almighty, hidden in His presence while Michael and his host contend on your behalf. Affirm this truth over your life. I am shielded by the Most High. I am guarded by Archangel Michael. I am surrounded by angelic ranks. No scheme, no whisper, no betrayal, no plan of man shall prevail against me. Let these words rest in your spirit, for they are not empty affirmations. They are declarations of divine reality. You are not walking alone, and you are not vulnerable. Heaven has taken notice of your obedience, and heaven has stationed its armies at your side. Type I am protected by heaven in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 4444 is now covering you like a shield. Beloved, hear this clearly. You are no longer the vulnerable one they remember. You are no longer the broken one they once spoke over. You are no longer the timid soul they thought they could manipulate. What they have failed to see is that while they whispered against you, while they doubted you, while they plotted behind your back, heaven was transforming you in silence. The pressure that sought to crush you has only refined you. The fire that tried to consume you has only purified you. The darkness that surrounded you has only revealed the brilliance of your light. You are not who you were, and you are not standing where you stood before. The time of being underestimated is over. The season of being overlooked has ended. You are stepping into a dimension that cannot be stopped by opinions, cannot be hindered by plots, cannot be delayed by schemes. For every tear you have shed, God has written a testimony. For every season of silence, heaven has stored up oil. For every battle fought in private, God has prepared a public unveiling. You are not coming out of this weaker. You are emerging stronger, sharper, brighter, more anointed than you have ever been before. Do not see yourself as one barely surviving. See yourself as one rising, one ascending, one clothed in heavenly strength. The Lord has been shaping you like gold in the fire. Every trial has been a refining flame. Every disappointment has been a hammer shaping your endurance. Every betrayal has been a scalpel carving out what could not stay with you in this next dimension. What you lost was never meant to remain. What walked away was never meant to be carried. What crumbled under pressure was never part of the eternal blueprint. You are stepping now with wings unfolding, like an eagle rising above the storm that once threatened to drown you. Archangel Michael's tears were not just warnings. They were also reminders of how far you've come. He wept because he saw the danger, but he also wept because he saw the strength heaven has planted inside of you. The enemy may think you are still the same, but what they do not realize is that the crushing has produced oil, and the breaking has birthed authority. You are not entering this next battle empty-handed. You are walking into it armed with endurance, clothed with wisdom, and crowned with favor. Hear the word of the Lord. You are rising. You are untouchable. You are stepping into a new realm of authority. They will not recognize you, for I have hidden you in plain sight and revealed you only when the time was right. This is your unveiling season. This is the moment when the one who was pressed down begins to rise up. No longer the victim, you are the victor. No longer the silent one, you are the appointed one. No longer the one overlooked, you are the one anointed. The heavens' declaration echo in your heart. You are stepping into a realm they cannot stop. You are moving into a blessing they cannot steal. You are walking into a destiny they cannot destroy. The tears of Michael were not a dirge, but a birthing cry, announcing that you are no longer bound, no longer hidden, no longer hindered. You are rising, and heaven is rising with you. Type "I am rising" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 5555 is now lifting you into higher ground. Beloved, now you must understand the greater mystery. The storm you endured, the tears you shed, the strange disruptions you felt, they were never meant to destroy you. They were designed to awaken you. The weight of the warfare was not a curse, it was a calling. The resistance was not a sign of God's absence, it was proof of His hand upon your life. Archangel Michael's tears carried this truth, that heaven has waited for this very hour, the hour when you would recognize that the shaking was preparation and the trial was transformation. What you faced was not the end, it was the unlocking. The pressure was not punishment, it was positioning. Heaven used the very attacks against you to stir your spirit, to sharpen your discernment, to cut away what could not walk into your next season. You thought you were being buried, but in reality, you were being planted. You thought you were being forgotten, but in truth, you were being hidden until the appointed time. And now, beloved, the heavens declare that your time has come. This is the moment that all of heaven has waited for. The obedience you have shown, the silence you have held, the stillness you have maintained, they have unlocked doors in the spirit realm. This is not a delay season. This is a delivery season. Blessings and promotions are tied to the posture you chose in the trial. Because you did not retaliate, you have gained authority. Because you did not break under pressure, you are stepping into overflow. Because you chose obedience when it was hardest, heaven has marked you for elevation. Hear the voice of the Lord over your life. Your name is known in heaven. You are marked. You are sealed. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. Every hidden battle you fought has been recorded. Every moment you held your peace when others would have lashed out has been honored. Every secret tear has been gathered, and now the heavens are ready to pour out what has been stored up on your behalf. Do not be deceived by the whispers of doubt. Do not be shaken by the delays that have tried to discourage you. The reason it has felt so heavy is because heaven was aligning you for a blessing that carries weight. Light blessings require little preparation. Heavy blessings require deep preparation. And you, beloved, have been chosen for something heavy, something mighty, something unshakable. That is why Archangel Michael wept, because the weight of your destiny is great, and the opposition rose because of it. Yet the opposition has failed. The trial has ended in your favor. You are stepping into the very season heaven has declared over you. This is not just a breakthrough. It is a birthing. This is not just a blessing. It is an unveiling. This is not just an answer to prayer. It is a generational shift, a transformation that will ripple far beyond you. Heaven has waited for this moment, and now it is here. Rise with confidence, for the revelation is clear. You were not crushed, you were awakened. Type I am sealed in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1010 is now released over your life. And now, beloved, as heaven has revealed the mysteries of your trial and the weight of your calling, I invite you to partner with this mission. This is not about supporting a voice. It is about fueling the fire of heaven so that more souls can awaken to their divine destiny. Just as rivers flow and multiply, so does every seed you release into this work. The Lord says, those who sow into the prophetic will reap prophetic harvests. When you release through super thanks, when you stand as a member on this channel, when you sow directly through PayPal in the description, you are not giving to man. You are aligning with heaven's mission. I declare over every giver, your seed will speak louder than your struggle, and your offering will unlock a harvest that no hand can block. Do not delay. This is your moment to sow into the oil that is flowing. Step in and watch heaven multiply it back into your life in ways you cannot contain. Beloved, the hour of activation has come. This is not the time to stand still in hesitation. This is not the season to look backward at what was lost. This is the moment heaven has ordained for you to rise, to declare, to move with faith. Archangel Michael's tears have been a warning, but they are also a signal that the gates of destiny are opening before you, and heaven is waiting for your response. For the word has gone forth, the promise has been declared, but your yes is the key that unlocks what has been waiting to manifest. Heaven is waiting on your declaration. Heaven is waiting on your alignment. Heaven is waiting for you to rise out of the shadows of fear and into the boldness of faith. The trials you endured were never about breaking you. They were about preparing you to handle the weight of what is now being released. And now, your activation requires that you step into faith like never before. Speak with authority. Pray with confidence. Move with boldness. Declare what belongs to you without hesitation. For what you declare in faith becomes established in heaven, and what you establish in heaven will manifest in your life. This is the moment to break free from hesitation. This is the hour to let go of doubt. Do not say, perhaps it will happen. Say with conviction, "It is happening now." Do not say, "Maybe it is for me." Declare, "This is mine by divine right." For heaven has already placed its seal upon your name, and now it waits for you to walk in agreement. Destiny does not move without your participation. The blessing does not manifest without your alignment. Heaven has done its part, but now it is your turn to rise in faith and action. Let your words be prophetic keys. Let your prayers be prophetic flames. Let your obedience be the prophetic act that releases the fullness of what has been promised. When you speak, let it be with boldness. When you pray, let it be with fire. When you act, let it be with the confidence that angels are surrounding you, heaven is backing you, and God Himself has decreed the outcome. Do not retreat. Do not falter. Do not shrink back. Rise and move into what is yours. You are not stepping into ordinary blessings. You are stepping into destiny. This is not about temporary provision. This is about permanent positioning. This is not about one answered prayer. This is about an unfolding of your divine assignment. Heaven is activating you not just to receive, but to reign. Not just to survive, but to establish. Not just to carry blessings, but to become a carrier of glory that touches others. Your life is shifting from waiting into walking, from hoping into holding, from praying into possessing. The blessing is near, but the blessing must be seized. Lift your voice, lift your faith, lift your hands, and step into the call. This is your moment of activation. This is your hour of alignment. This is your season of destiny. Heaven waits for your yes. Type ISAYYS in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing Code 2020 is now unlocked for you. Beloved, you must understand that what is unfolding around you is not only in the natural. There is a silent exchange happening in the spirit realm even now. Archangel Michael wept because he saw the negotiations taking place. What was stolen, what was delayed, what was interfered with, is being contended for in the courts of heaven. The enemy thought he had claimed victory over what was meant for you, but heaven has stepped in to reclaim what belongs to the chosen. There is a transaction happening in the unseen, a divine transfer that is shifting the blessing back into your possession. While you sleep, heaven is speaking on your behalf. While you pray in silence, angels are thundering in the spirit. While you cry tears of weariness, heaven is recording those tears as evidence, placing them before the throne as a testimony of your endurance. Nothing has been lost, beloved. Nothing has slipped away beyond recovery. It may have appeared delayed in the natural, but in the supernatural, the exchange has already begun. The blessing has not vanished. It is being rerouted. It is being returned. It is being restored. Your restlessness has not been empty. The night you lay awake with unease, the moments your spirit stirred without reason, they were signs that heaven was active. Your spirit already knew what your eyes could not yet see. The shaking was evidence of angelic movement. The unease was confirmation of heavenly transaction. Even when you felt nothing was happening, much was happening. Even when silence surrounded you, heaven was speaking loudly in the unseen. Archangel Michael and his host have been battling for what is yours. You may not see the sword, you may not hear the clash, but the war has been raging. And the outcome has been decided in your favor. Every scheme set against you has been weighed and found wanting. Every attempt to intercept your blessing has been overruled. Every delay has been countered by acceleration. Heaven is shifting the scales, and what was stolen is being commanded to return sevenfold. This is why you must hold your posture. Do not grow weary now. Do not surrender in this critical hour. The exchange is already taking place, and your faith keeps the gates open. Your silence is a weapon because it allows heaven to move without interference. Your stillness is a shield because it declares your trust in God's timing. Your obedience is a key because it permits heaven's armies to fight unhindered. Do not underestimate what is happening in the silence. The silence is not empty. It is filled with divine transaction. Take comfort in this. Nothing you thought was lost is beyond retrieval. Nothing you believed was destroyed is beyond restoration. Heaven's hand is stronger than any plan of man. What they thought they took, they never truly own. What they thought they delayed, heaven has accelerated. What they thought they buried, heaven has resurrected. The silent exchange is proof that your destiny is still intact, your blessing is still alive, and your promise is still unfolding. Type IT is being returned in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 8888 is now manifesting over your life. Beloved, hear the word of the Lord. Justice is moving on your behalf. The very things that were meant to wound you, the very plans that were set to delay you, the very schemes designed to crush you are being turned back on those who set them in motion. Heaven has decreed a reversal. What was aimed against you will now boomerang against its sender. What was spoken in secret will be exposed in the light. What was planned in darkness will be shattered by the fire of God's justice. Archangel Michael's tears were shed because he saw the danger, but those tears have now become fuel for heaven's judgment. The scales of justice are being balanced, and the righteous will not be forsaken. You are not standing under condemnation. You are standing under vindication. Every false accusation, every whisper of slander, every hidden hand lifted against you has been brought into the courtroom of heaven. And the verdict has been rendered. You are innocent. You are chosen. You are sealed. The enemy's case has collapsed. His evidence has crumbled. His witnesses have been silenced. What he meant for harm is being turned into your testimony. What he tried to destroy is becoming the very foundation of your rising. This is divine reversal in motion. The pit they dug for you will swallow their own feet. The net they spread to entrap you will entangle their own steps. The words they spoke to curse you will become the words that bless you. For the Lord declares, "Touch not my anointed, and do my prophets no harm." What they touched without permission will bring judgment upon their own lives, but for you, it will bring multiplication, elevation, and restoration. Do not fear what they have done, for heaven has already undone it. Do not fear what they have planned, for heaven has already reversed it. The storm they sent your way will water the soil of your harvest. The fire they kindled against you will refine your gold. The chains they forged for your feet will become the chains that bind their own plans. The Lord is a God of justice, and justice delayed is not justice denied. Heaven has arisen to defend you, and every imbalance is being corrected in this very hour. Restoration is your portion. Favor is your inheritance. What slipped through your hands is being returned. What seemed lost is being resurrected. What was delayed is now being accelerated. The very areas where you felt the most robbed are the very areas where God will pour out the greatest overflow. This is the law of divine reversal. When the enemy strikes, God multiplies. When the enemy steals, God restores sevenfold. When the enemy plots, God establishes. You are stepping into restoration, so mighty that those who doubted you will not recognize you. Archangel Michael is not weeping now. He is standing in triumph. His sword is raised, his armies are engaged, and justice is being executed. The hand of God has written the decree, and no power can reverse it. Take courage, beloved. The tears you cried are being exchanged for laughter. The shame you endured is being exchanged for honor. The loss you carried is being exchanged for abundance. Heaven has ruled in your favor, and the earth will soon echo that verdict. Type divine justice in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 9999 is now restoring balance and favor over your life. Beloved, we return to the vision where it all began. Archangel Michael wept as he looked upon the danger that sought to intercept your blessing. His tears were heavy because the threat was real. But understand this, his tears were not of despair, they were of intercession. They were heaven's call to awaken you, to shake you, to draw you out of complacency and into readiness. His weeping was not a sign of defeat, but a sign of warning, a trumpet from heaven declaring, "Guard what belongs to you, for heaven has released it, and the enemy seeks to steal it." Now, as this word has gone forth, you stand not in fear, but in strength. You have been warned, but more importantly, you have been armed. You have been equipped with silence, clothed with stillness, empowered with obedience. The blessing is near, the breakthrough is close, and the victory is assured. Do not look to the left or to the right. Keep your eyes fixed on the one who called you, the one who guards you, the one who sent Michael to weep over you. Peace is now resting upon you. Strength is filling your spirit. Clarity is sharpening your vision. The blessing that was at risk is now shielded. The promise that was threatened is now secured, and the destiny that was delayed is now accelerated. You are covered. You are chosen. You are rising. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. No scheme devised against you shall prevail. No enemy standing against you shall succeed. As you step out from this word, step out with authority. Speak with the confidence of one who has been sealed by heaven. Walk with the boldness of one who has been covered by angelic hosts. Stand with the assurance of one whose name is known in the throne room of God. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not vulnerable. You are sealed. You are seen. You are sent. Now rise into the destiny heaven has written over your life. Type "I am sealed, I am sent" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1212 is now resting on your life with finality. And now, beloved, as this word comes to its close, I ask you to consider this not as an ending but as a holy continuation. If this prophetic voice has spoken into your spirit, then know this: you have been part of heaven's work today. But the mission does not end here. When you give, through super thanks, through YouTube membership, or through the PayPal link in the description, you are sowing directly into the soil of souls. You are ensuring that the fire of God's word continues to reach the weary, the broken, the forgotten. The Lord says, "Those who refresh others will themselves be refreshed." Your act of giving is not a donation. It is a prophetic release that heaven will honor. Do not delay. Sow now, and watch the Lord multiply your seed into blessings that overflow. Step into this divine moment, and let your name be counted among those who carry the gospel forward.